Hi everyone, and welcome to another video of Terraform. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through Terraform console part 5, right? Which means so far we have part 1, part 2, part 3, and also part 4. And I will make sure that I add the links to those video in the description of this one, so that if you guys want to go ahead and check it, you are more than welcome to do so. And just what is Terraform console? Terraform console is just a little command line interface that we use to evaluate some Terraform expression before we can use that in our TF configuration file. If I hit this, it's going to take me to the GitHub repository where I will be using, for this little exercise, right? And we'll be using the object variable today to see how we can evaluate expression using the object variable in Terraform. Why am I kind of stressing myself here so much? It's just because, let's say if you're a beginner, you're still learning Terraform, this is a good way to learn and understand how to evaluate some stuff. So far, we work with a len function, the element function, and we work with the try function. We also work with the lookup function. And with this, you really understand. Sometimes within the code, you find some expression, you understand what it means a little bit. And also so far, we work also with conditions, right? And we evaluate that through the console. And here, I don't like to work, I don't like to kind of use GitHub. What I'm going to do here is that I check out this code already, and I have opened that in VS Code, right? I will just navigate. You can go ahead and kind of fork the repository, and you open it in your local machine using VS Code, and you navigate to this path where I am already. Now, if you open this, what is the example? Today, we'll be using this little example here called the map of any. And here, I basically just define, not the map of any, we'll be using the object variable. If you click here, as you guys can see here, I have defined the object variable, right? The object variable, it is similar. It's just like we use that for what? For something called complex data. And it is a little bit similar to this one, because with any variable in Terraform, you can define all kind of variable. That means you can use a list, you can use a string, you can use a tuple, you can use a number, you can use a boolean, and so on. But here, you cannot kind of define the specific type. You cannot define a specific type. But look here, when we talk about object variable can take all kind of variables, but we can require a specific type that we want. We say the EKS ID, that should be a string. We see the EKS, we see the cluster version, it should be a string. The VPC should be a string. If the user change this type, and let's say the user put a boolean instead of the string, it is not going to work. Let's say a user use a list instead of this string that we define here, it is not going to work. And also the private subnet, we're saying that it should be a list of string, and the public subnet, it should be a map of string. And also the tag here should be a map of string. And if we check this, and that's why we say object variable in Terraform, it's used for complex data structure. Now, let us check here. We can see here that all these are string. We can see here that this is a list. This one here, it is a map, and a map of what? Map of string. And here, this is a tag, and this tag also, it is a map of string. We basically satisfy all these little conditions that we set up here, right? While defining the object variable. Now, let me go ahead and kind of open this one in a new integrated terminal. Cancel this, exit. First of all, make sure that I navigate to this specific one. I can just click here and say open a new integrated terminal. And if you tap PWD, you guys will see that it takes me to the right path, because this is the root of the repository, and I am going to the map of object. And I can go ahead here and tap Terraform init. And this is going to kind of initialize the repository. And here, what am I going to do next? I can go ahead here now and open the Terraform console that I'm going to use to evaluate these expressions. And here in the README file, I have a bunch of them. Let me open this one to the side and close this. Here, let us start little by little, and we're going to evaluate all this. If you If you scroll down a little bit, as you guys can see here, I have this var.context.eks cluster underscore ID. var.context, we say EKS cluster underscore ID. What will be the value? That means we are trying to get this value here. And the VPC, the same thing, the VPC ID and also the cluster version. If you copy this, you guys will see that it will get to this object variable and kind of get those value and print it out. Also, let's say in here, we want to get all subnet ID. We can use the var.context.private.subnet.ids. If you copy this, and this is the var.context, where are we going? We are going to the private subnet.id. If you take this and test that, copy this, paste it here, as you guys can see, it's using the toolist to print our subnets. Or if we want to get one subnet after another, we can kind of use the index position, because one will be index 1, another one index 2, another one index 3. If you copy this and I paste it here to evaluate these expressions, as you guys can see, we're getting the first position, the second position, the third position, and so on. Now, let us move to the public subnet. We can also get this and paste it here. As you guys can see, it is using the tool map. Why? Because this is defined as a map. Tool list. Why? Because this is defined as a list. And here, if we want to get also all the element, but as a list, we can use this one. And this one is really, really useful. And I use it a lot, right? Because I'm trying to get everything. Maybe, let's see, I'm trying to get everything here, but I say value.var.context.public so that it will give everything here like a list. And let's say I want to get individual element based. I want to get individual element in the map. How am I going to do that? I can say var.context.public subnet, I mean on here, and I want to get subnet 1. Let us copy this and see if we'll go ahead and get subnet 1. Oh, if you're going to print out subnet 1. As you guys can see, I'm able to get subnet 1. Let's say I want to get the rest. I can paste it here and hit enter. As you guys can see, I'm able to get public subnet 1, public subnet 2, public subnet, and public subnet 3 also. Let us now see how we can kind of manage also the tags. Let's say we want to bring all tags within this object variable. We can just use the value in all this. As you guys can see here, it will go ahead and print out the values, because we have the key values, and let's say we want to kind of print. Let us try this one and see what will be the output. If you want the key and the value, what will be the expression? var.context.tag, give you the key and the value. And let's say you want individual element within the tag, that is the var.context.tag. And let's say I want to get a cloud provider. If I paste it here, it will give me the cloud provider. And let's say I want almost everything that I want, that I have in this tag. I can use this and paste it. As you guys can see, it prints everything. And any single stuff here that you will use in your configuration code, you know exactly what it is, right? Because you have evaluated that through your Terraform console, and you learn by doing this, so that when you are reading the code somewhere, you see all this, you know exactly what will be the output, right? That is how you learn. That is how I myself, I can study Terraform, right? That is how I get it. And that's it for this video, guys. If this video was really useful, if you like it, please let me know in the comment below. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so that when we publish a new video, you will be notified. And also, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so on. Bye-bye. Thank you.